All right, let's move on to the next segment. I'm going to jump to AEW. You guys talking about feud of the year. I have to beg to differ because the feud of the year, to me, is definitely going to be Hangman Page and Swerve Strickland. And how could you not say? Well,
I'm not going to
first of all,
no. Let Keon. I'm going to let Keon talk most of this thing through. Go ahead, Keon. What's up?
Well, let me just say first.
Go ahead.
Let me just say first, because early in Dynamite, in the beginning of Dynamite, they played this video that they released earlier in the day on YouTube. So I had already seen this because I was just on my phone at work, and it came up that Swerve bought his childhood house, and he's happy with it. It was kind of a feel-good segment or whatever. And I saw it, and I thought nothing of it. I was like, ugh, this is kind of lame. This is a waste of time. I'm like, these wrestlers are making too much money. That was the thought I got from this segment when I saw it on YouTube. I did not think they were going to use it in an angle. But anyways, so later in the night, the last segment of Dynamite on Wednesday, this past Wednesday, this was Wednesday the 4th, they were supposed to have a contract signing to, make the match official for All Out right before the show is going to happen in a few days anyways on Saturday. So 3 days before it happens, they're doing a contract signing. Swerve is waiting. Here's an image of everybody in the ring, Tony Schiavone, Prince Nana, and no one showed up. Hangman didn't show up. And then the video shows up on the screen of he's at Hangman's house. And I was like, oh, my God, you got to be kidding me. This is so good. So here's some pictures of Hangman. I don't know if he's got a cameraman or if he's just doing his own camera work. Is he doing, selfie camera work or something?
He's on his phone.
Something like that. So what's his name? Swerve is looking at him. He's obviously concerned and pissed off that he's in this home that, meant everything to him. They really played it up in that vignette about how, he lost the home because his family was poor and he promised to get it back one day and all that. And his kids are going to grow up there. And what did Hangman say? Hangman said that his response to Swerve telling him that he's not going after success, only after revenge, and it's ruining his career. And Hangman said, no, you're wrong, because me getting success and getting revenge on you is the same exact thing. So he's got these demented looks on his face. And then the crowd starts seeing that he's got that gasoline container tank with him, and he's already pouring, and the crowd starts going crazy. Like, oh, my God. And that's when Swerve is like, no, he's tripping out. And they left him out there for a long time to suffer, knowing what Hangman's going to do. And he's really, really squirming. And in the final scene, Hangman, I guess he set this up for himself. He's demented. He has a nice couch and a table with a glass of whiskey ready to go. And he lights up a little match, a big match, and he throws it into the flame. And that's when the whole thing catches fire. Should we play how it looked, Vlad, when it caught fire?
I think that's very important.
This looked fake? Did this look fake? I mean, Robert, is this fake? I think they actually set a fire here, to be honest. But
it looks good.
It looked really good to me. It looked really good. Honestly, I thought it was kind of crazy that he didn't get out of the way. Once it started getting too big,
bro. There's no way that was real. Are you guys insane?
You don't think it was real?
No, he wasn't there. Fucking there on a couch while there's a fire 2 feet behind him. You fucking nuts?
Oh, he is nuts.
Well, yeah, okay, but
I don't know. I can't. To me, it looks real to me. I don't know that it seems like a CGI. Usually I can tell, but
if it's real, then they're more insane in that company than even I.
I don't think that they thought. I don't think they thought the flames were gonna get that big.
What did they think when he was putting gasoline everywhere?
Anyways, okay, we got to get to our ratings. My rating on this was a fire rating, just like you.
A literal, yeah.
And 2 weeks in a row, a fire rating on this angle, because I loved last week's exchange too. So yes, I absolutely love this, man. To me, this was the pinnacle of wrestling, and it set up their match perfectly so that I was interested to see what was going to happen. Yeah, to me, this is the pinnacle of wrestling. You don't like somebody, burn their house down. Yes.
Come on, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? Okay. All right.
All right, well, look, okay, Vlad's rating was a half a thumbs up, and Robert's rating was 2 thumbs up, so Robert liked it.
What the hell did I give? Oh, I probably just because it gave me a laugh is what I said. Okay, now I remember.
Yeah, something like that, because it was just so asinine and silly, but
I mean,
okay.
look at the scene that you're showing.
All right, so you're not a fan of this. You're a critic. Let's hear your critique then. Come on, go ahead. You got a minute and a half or less, whatever you want to say.
It's more comedic. It was just comedic. It was just outrageously dumb looking. It was so totally fake. I mean, the scene where he's just sitting there. I mean, look how close the fire is, bro. Like, who would just be sitting there? And he's committing arson.
He's gonna enjoy it, bro. He's gonna drink his glass of whiskey, and he's a man who knows what he likes. He likes revenge.
Real. I guess they've already done this type of stuff before, right? When Swerve did the breaking and entering, and he was fine. Nobody went to jail.
Exactly.
But now you're committing
there's
arson.
plenty of times in wrestling where people do illegal things and they don't get punished.
It's always bad. It's always
it's in wrestling, dude. There's an agreement with law enforcement that if it's within the confines of wrestling, it's okay.
Hey, remember when Sting stole a police car?
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Exactly.
Well, he stole it, but he gave it back, so it's okay.
All right.
Well, actually, we don't know if he gave it back.
Vlad, come on, you gotta admit the premise of this is really fucking great, though. Just the idea of, like, Swerve buying his childhood house back, it's something that it really did mean a lot to him, and this
I think him burning it down would have been fine if he just wasn't sitting there, like, literally everything, like, literally the table that he's sitting on with the whiskey is on fire. Dude, how could that be real? It makes no sense. Like, the scene is obviously fake and doctored, and they implanted him there in this scene. I don't know if they actually set something on fire or not. That's possible. I
think they actually bought a house to burn it down. That's how much these guys are willing to spend money for their art.
That's possible that they might have burned something down. But either way, no, obviously this was fake and stagey and stupid. And obviously I'm not a fan of this feud anyway, so no, I definitely do not stand by anything. And how could this be the pinnacle of wrestling? I have no idea, but okay. All right.
This is good wrestling. This is good wrestling. Look,
in premise, but not in the way they put it together. Obviously, in premise, maybe they could have done it, but not this. Not the way they presented it.
Let me get Robert's thoughts. I'm sorry, but let me move on to Robert.
It's Robert's turn anyways.
Robert liked it though, not as much as me. He gave it 2 thumbs up. He loved that on our scale. That means he loved it.
I didn't even see that. Oh my god!
On our scale, it means he loved it. So before we get to the match, because at this point where we're sitting, we know what happened in the match. So separately from the match, we're going to cover that right after this in the next segment. But just for this segment, Robert, give your thoughts for this segment where he burned his house down. I know it was a few days ago now, but we still need, for posterity, this was like a really important thing that happened. Right. So go ahead.
Oh boy. If this is an example of what cowboy shit is like, I am so glad I don't personally know any cowboys, because damn. Oh my goodness.
His anger is so hilarious, man.
Good grief. Okay. All right. So earlier in the episode when they showed that segment of Swerve, buying this house, I thought, like, what is this? This is so cheesy. Like, why are they showing this? Why are they showing this on an episode of Dynamite? It made no sense. True. I did, of course, none of us knew at the time this was just a setup for something that would happen later. Like, I did not guess that at all. So, okay, retrospectively, that makes sense that they show that. Yeah. But at that time, I was like, really? That was so random and cheesy, whatever.
Same.
But then they start showing the footage of Hangman Adam Page saying, whose house? He's in Swerve's. And he's up to no good. Okay, now I didn't think it looked bad at all. I thought it looked just fine to me. So
if you were starting a fire and burning somebody's house down, you'd be sitting literally a foot from it in a chair.
I wouldn't. But
you think it's actually possible for someone to sit that close to a fire and not feel like they're burning. I mean, it's ridiculous.
I don't know. I have no experience in arson.
Well, I don't either, but just common sense would tell me that this is impossible.
Right. I know. Yeah, I wouldn't do it, but I don't know if he's had experience doing that before, allegedly.
Well,
then maybe he knows. He probably knows better than me. But
this
okay,
came from Tony Khan's conked out mind.
Yeah.
That's
So I actually enjoyed this a lot. I wasn't a fan of this feud. That the fact that they were feuding to begin with, again after having 3 matches in the past.
Yeah.
But this segment, I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool.
Well, my only criticism, if I were to give a criticism, was that when he was given his whole spiel, his diatribe about, getting into Swerve's head and telling him all the stuff he was telling him, they kind of left Swerve out there for a really long time to dangle in the wind and act like it was like for like fucking 10 minutes where he's just like squirming and just like, oh my god, it was a long time. So they could have sped that up. But the premise of it to me is really hilarious and great. So I'm a fan of this feud, and I'm a fan of Hangman Page. I'm a fan of Hangman Page. If anyone's like, Hangman sucks or whatever, no one likes him, I like him. I like his character. I like his character arc. I am a fan of his, So let me move on, though.